Hey guys, this video is about signs your rabbit trusts you. Rabbits are prey animals, so if you get their trust, that probably means that you are following the right path as a rabbit owner. Regardless, it is important to know that gaining a rabbit's trust takes time and effort. Here are the signs that your rabbit trusts you. Feel free to correct me if I get any information wrong. Number 1. If a rabbit flops around you often, especially close to you, then this means that your rabbit trusts you because they are willing to let their guard down. For those who don't know, flopping is where a rabbit flops from their side, and are in a total state of peace and bliss. Number 2. Circling. If your rabbit circles you, then this means that they like you. It could be them showing affection in a weird way, but not necessarily. Personally, Sandy circles me as well as 2 of my family members. Number 3. Just like cats, rabbits can purr, only they chitter their teeth. Rabbits can do this noise in many different contexts, such as when they are bouncing around or sitting in a relaxed position. If your rabbit does this around you often, especially when you pet them, then this means they trust you. Number 4. Grooming. When a rabbit grooms you, this would consist of them chewing your hair. Some people may perceive this as a negative thing for their rabbit to do at first, but usually learn that it is actually their way of showing that they love you. Sandy will groom people's hair if they fall asleep on the floor. She will also run up and down the back of the person afterwards. Number 5. If a rabbit sits on you, such as your lap or back, this means that they trust you. Number 6. If your rabbit runs towards you first thing when they see you, and this is assuming that they are free-roamed in your house in a specific room away from where you sleep, then this means that they trust you and enjoy your presence. Often they will let you pet them for a long time afterwards. Number 7. If a rabbit licks you, this means they are trying to clean you, which is a sign of affection. This indicates that they care about you and trust you. Number 8. A way to make your rabbit like you is to feed them properly, and food that needs to be fed in moderation is fed in moderation. Otherwise your rabbit won't be happy, and if they aren't living a lifestyle that makes them happy, then why would they like you? On the topic of food that rabbits eat, rabbits obviously won't accept food from anyone and everyone. It has to be someone that they trust. So if they take food from you, especially by hand, then that means they trust you. Number 9. If your rabbit forgives you and seems to offer an apology when they feel it's necessary, if they trust you, then they wouldn't hold something over your head and never forgive you for it. They would likely be forgiving. In this regard, if your rabbit touches heads with you, then they would be making amends with you the same way that they would with another rabbit. If your rabbit does this, then this likely means that they trust you. Number 10. If a rabbit lets you pick them up, this is definitely worth noting. Even if a rabbit lets you pick them up and trust you in that regard, they will only let you hold them for a few minutes maximum, and even if they trust you, they will still kick themselves out of your arms after a few minutes. As mentioned at the beginning of this video, rabbits are prey animals. Their ancestors were picked up by predators behind their back. This is something that rabbits keep in mind because of intergenerational trauma. Regardless of all this information, if your rabbit lets you hold them for a good amount of time without them struggling to get out of your arms right away, then this is definitely a good sign and likely means that they trust you. Number 11. If a rabbit does binkies around you often, aka bouncing around, then this likely means that they trust you. For example, when one of my family members is on the sofa, Sandy often does binkies on the sofa. Sometimes she'll do binkies when no one is on the sofa, but often when she does binkies, that family member is there. She tends to do binkies when there is only 1 or 2 people in the room or there is no one in the room. I don't know if this would apply to other rabbits or not, but I thought it was worth mentioning regardless. Number 12. Regarding your voice, rabbits will keep note of what voice tone you talk in, whether that be a positive, negative, or a neutral voice tone. If a rabbit goes up to you and actually pays attention and ultimately listens to when you are talking to them, then your rabbit probably trusts you. In order for a rabbit to trust you, you would have to talk to them in a positive voice tone, and maybe also a neutral voice tone could have the same effect. Don't yell at your rabbit because that is obviously wrong and can even scare them to death. Number 13. When a rabbit sits next to you, especially sprawled out on their stomach, then your rabbit is letting their guard down around you. Thank you for watching this video, and bye!